This podcast is brought to you by
Your Reno Works.
Hey guys, once again we are back with another house tour, another completed project. One of the other many completed projects lah from Your Reno Works.
Kita ada bikin macam the hidden door.
Oh.
See? So
Wow.
one of the rooms.
Totally hidden.
Yeah. You see, kita punya pintu sini very seamless. Tak nampak door frame.
Wow.
So these are the keys to the room. Kita buat LED sebelah atas ni. So it is more cozy. Lampu dia tak terang sangat. So malam kau nak tidur di sana, can be your nightlight as well lah.
Ni dah macam entrance to a cafe. Look at that art.
Wonderful big kitchen for a 4-room flat. Love the island.
This one also boleh convert jadi dinner table.
Yes.
Sintered stone.
Yeah, it's all the sinter stone. On the other side ni, we actually offered her a package. 10 feet top, 10 feet bottom. This is what you can see for our package. It comes with a hob, the hood, countertop, sintered stone, with the backing itself, sink and tap, and some LED light ni semua lah kalau dia nak lah. But all unit access is from the front. What we did here is some drawers, maximize the storage space.
I heard that there's a story behind this door.
She wanted to actually adjust the toilet entrance. According to her, she has a lot of experience with other IDs yang tak kasih dia buka the new entrance lah.
Okay.
Based on the floor plan, based on the requirement, it is doable. It's just that it is a bit tight for the space lah. When my space dah tight tu, planning pun nak kena betul. Even when I open the toilet doors, I tak langgar jamban. Kita pindah ke sini. So here we can put many things.
Yeah. So and also more for privacy kan?
Betul.
Okay, thanks Latif for showing me this beautiful house.
Thank you for coming. Thanks the owner also for giving us this opportunity untuk bawa.
Definitely. Buat aku rasa macam aku nak renovate rumah aku ni.
Dah dulu bilang aku.
Boleh insyaAllah.
So nak kena call siapa?
8383-7879. Your Reno Works can be trusted. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Outside In with your host, Yanto
and Farah, your go-to source for honest conversations about relationships and marriage.
So if you are ready, let's go.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So I think nyanyi.
Apa dia?
You very hyper today. I like it.
Yes, very
So
hyper
keep
today.
the energy because mana tahu episod ni mungkin apa?
Akan membuat saya nangis?
Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
satu.
Yeah. But I think I would like to say before we introduce our guest lah kan. I think a few weeks ago kita ada dengan Ustazah Hidayah. We talked about this submission by one of our listeners talking about Vaginismus. Yes. So Alhamdulillah. Actually, I would like to say a big apology. I would like to say sorry.
Yes, why?
To our guest for today because kan kita terlupa nak reply message dia.
Oh, ya ke?
Lama.
It's okay lah.
Ya Allah, ya ke?
Yes. Yeah, yang back then.
Oh, back then.
Yeah, pasal the first time we saw the submission kan, kita terlupa yang she actually reached out to us before that.
Oh.
It's a different person.
Oh, it's a different person. Oh, I ingat you minta maaf dengan guest hari ni.
Guest hari ni lah.
Guest hari ni? Oh, ya. Minta maaf.
Pasal,
saya sangat Confucius.
Yeah, pasal kan she reached out to us and then we like, okay, let's set a meeting and all that. Lepas tu kita lupa.
Oh.
So kita minta maaf dulu.
Minta maaf.
Yeah, but Alhamdulillah, I think after that Vaginismus episode, the episode dengan Ustazah Hidayah, she actually reached out to us and said thank you for that episode and things like that. Then I tengok balik message kita. Ya Allah, I miss out.
Oh ya, yeah, yang selalu kalau korang DM ke apa kan, yang selalu reply is selalunya Yanto.
Selalunya lah. At that point in time I tengah juggling 2-3 kerja. So faham lah kalau saya terlintas pandang message korang.
Yes.
Tapi minta maaf.
Okay, so anyway, macam Yan kata, a few previous episodes before, kita ada episode dengan Ustazah Hidayah. We talked about a submission sharing about her experience having vaginismus. Right. Tapi orangnya sekadar share dia punya experience lah. Kita tak tahu, macam kita tak boleh ask questions to know more and things like that. But Alhamdulillah hari ni kita ada guest. She is also going through vaginismus. And she is open and vulnerable enough. I want to thank you both lah for being open to share you guys punya experience. And it's very special because it's not only the wife but the husband is here as well.
Yeah.
So shall we meet them?
Salah picit. Salah betul.
You tak nak jumpa diorang? Okay.
Yes.
So let's welcome our guest for today, Aeiyuni dan juga Arif.
Apa khabar korang?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
So lagu dia macam
Macam
sikit.
Okay, hari ni punya topik I rasa akan very deep, very heavy.
Yep.
Kan, sebab Vaginismus ni kita don't really know much. We only know from what the submission shared, right?
And also Google lah.
And also Google. So today kita ada a real life experience.
Yep.
Kita also can ask her a few questions
Betul.
about her struggles, about the struggles of them, husband and wife.
Yeah.
Right. So tapi sebelum tu
Sebelum tu.
kita nak let luar kan.
Yeah,
Kita tak nak
kita
nangis
kena-
kan.
Kita kena warm.
Sabar lu.
Dia kata kalau ketawa banyak nanti nangis. So kita ketawa banyak-banyak dulu. Okay?
Okay, Aeiyuni
Yes.
dan juga Arif, kita nak tahu macam mana korang first jumpa gitu. Kita tahu tanya kita punya
Okay,
couple
macam
lah.
mana kita kenal kan? Initially it was back then I was tengah NS. So
NS.
he was my NS friend lah.
Okay.
Okay.
Close friend. His name was also
Arif.
Arif.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I was close to him and his fiance back then.
Okay.
And his fiance recommend me to Aeiyuni.
Recommend.
Kenal.
Dia macam job interview.
Is was my ex-colleague.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Bukan daripada tempat kerja sama?
Tempat kerja sama. Tapi my
macam-
first job lah.
Recommendation letter lah. Like
Yeah, but actually,
Tapi dia jual mahal.
Wow.
no. Okay, no, that wasn't the story. The thing is, I wasn't looking for anyone back then.
Yeah.
I was I can say apa nama dia? Workaholic.
Workaholic.
So tengah
Career woman
kerja
lah,
je, ya.
faham.
I was only 22. So macam tak fikir about that yet lah.
Right.
And then tiba-tiba dia macam, aku dah kasih number dekat Arif. I was like, apa sih? Yeah.
At that point in time, korang tak kenal each other langsung.
Tak kenal.
Right. So bila dia macam cakap dia kasih your number and all that, it's like, siapa suruh kau kasih number aku?
That's why, yes, yeah.
Something like that.
Dia tu tak apa. I spell her name wrongly.
Oh, the first message, yeah.
So kira kan
Ingat tau sampai sekarang.
apa macam mana spelling
Macam
yang
mana you
salah
spell?
tu?
Remember, but something like Aeiyuni or something like that lah. Because my name is Aei, right? Yeah.
Yeah, dia punya spelling very
Unique,
unique.
betul.
Alhamdulillah.
Tapi itu demi first impression lah.
Macam not a good impression.
Yeah,
Kau nak
betul
kenal aku, kenapa tak tahu spell nama aku? Kan gitu.
Kahwin juga kan.
Dia pasal apa tahu? Pasal bila kenal-kenal tu nama yang spelling tu tak ada kisah sangat tahu. Pasal yang pentingnya isi hati.
Snap, dia masuk.
Pasal ada I love you.
Actually, hashtag kita I review tu.
Yeah.
Macam
Bila so that means korang dah berkahwin for this termasuk this year 6 years lah kan?
Correct.
Yes, correct.
So daripada perjalanan jumpa message salah nama tu, berapa lama it take for you to like get her to betul-betul macam okay lah, let's go out for berkenalan punya ni lah period. After that message.
Sekejap gila actually.
Serius okay.
So daripada workaholic tu,
Yeah.
then dia punya kata-kata manis tu macam like okay lah, give him a chance lah, is it?
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
actually like, it took about 2 weeks-ish.
Yeah,
That was
okay.
fast,
The
yeah.
thing is because I was about to sail.
Yes.
Okay.
Nak
Yeah.
belayar.
Oh, belayar.
Sailor.
Dululah.
Oh, very nice.
Then korang tunang.
Yes.
Tunang in 2017.
2 years of
2
dating
years
lah.
dating, yeah.
2 years. And then you got married which year?
2019.
Okay, nice. So in terms of this whole 10 years kan, bila sebelum korang kahwin tu kan, korang dah macam apa nama dia, apa yang buat korang really feel that okay, this is the time for us to settle down? Pasal you mentioned you were a career woman, then you are going belayar lagi. So apa yang buat macam korang settle down and realise that okay, it's time for us to get married?
Tak ingat I just remember that parents dia datang for Hari Raya. Habis my parents yang sound. I think it's better
Yeah.
for them to kahwin. Tapi kita macam
Dia kira macam dah teratur ketentuan dia kan.
Ya, kita tak even, I didn't even like,
Tak ada jawapan. Dah ketentuan Allah ya, jodoh.
yeah,
dah
I didn't
jumpa
even
lagi.
apa nama dia? Like,
Tak ada proposal ke apa?
tak ada. I tak
ada.
cakap to my parents pun dah nak kahwin. Tiba-tiba my mom cakap like, okay lah, diorang dah berkenal lama, better to apa nama dia, percepatkan the pernikahan and all. So I'm macam, okay lah.
So korang pun tak ada intention to kahwin pun lah?
Adalah, tak
Adalah,
ada.
tapi
Cuma tak
macam
ada macam like nak kena kahwin di sini.
Tak ada.
yeah, tak ada.
ada.
Yeah. So it was, I'm so
okay.
glad that my parents yang
Yeah.
cakapkan for us. So macam, baik lah.
Kenapa Arif tak propose? Put him in the spot.
Tak apalah, dah kahwin pun.
Dia kahwin
ada
pun.
saya.
Dia kahwin.
Thank you.
Oh, kelakar ya. Masya Allah. Ya, Alhamdulillah dah bernikah, berkahwin, sekarang dah 6 tahun.
6 tahun. Alhamdulillah.
Right. Okay, so macam anybody's punya perkahwinan
Yeah.
tapi masing-masing lah kita punya challenges masing-masing kan.
Betul.
Kita TTC ada yang belum dapat rumah, ada yang ada masalah dengan mertua. You know, we all have our own challenges.
Betul.
So hari ni kita nak find out about your situation. Lah, so macam kita mention, tiba-tiba serius saya.
You yang serius.
Dia serius.
Salah. In the episode kan kita cakap kita nak
start of the
berpasal
episode.
Vaginismus kan.
Yes.
Okay, so sekarang ni kita nak find out how did you actually figure out that you had vaginismus ni?
Okay, before, let me just be honest. Before I was married to Arif, I'm actually I'm a survivor of childhood sexual abuse. So before I kahwin, I've really like siang-siang in our relationship. I dah bilang dia, this is what I experienced dulu. So if you macam cakap like, are you open to being with me? Because usually orang yang ada this trauma, sexual trauma, they will have some issues lah, okay? All this nak katakan baggage, you
The
know?
PTSD juga.
Yes, the PTSD and everything. So he was okay with it because anyway it's not so rabak sangat lah, but he knows that I have some physical intimacy issues. Basically kira kan before kahwin, like I don't really like to macam pegang tangan sangat, atau he needs to really ask me first before he pegang.
Dia nak kena ada consent lah.
Yeah, a lot of consent.
Right.
So dia tak boleh macam tiba-tiba sergami pada belakang.
Yeah, even after kahwin.
I'll be very triggered.
Yeah.
Kalau nak terpanjatkan pun macam
Tak boleh.
Tak boleh.
Nanti kita yang terperanjat.
I will mengamuk lah. Yeah.
itu demi terpanjat dia lah.
Betul.
So when you say you triggered tu, what does it make you feel?
It makes me feel very scared. So
Scared,
dia punya scared dia macam as though someone is going to attack me. So I feel that is one of the I would say the effects lah of
Lingering
being
effects, yeah.
And that was before I pergi for all the therapies, like especially apa nama dia, psychotherapy.
Okay.
Yeah, so then he was okay with it. Like after some time, like he knows that okay, there are some boundaries that
Correct.
he tak boleh cross. So every time macam nak pegang tangan ke apa, he will ask, like, is it okay for him to do this and all. And I really respect that of him lah. So
If I can ask, how young were you when you mentioned, because you mentioned childhood sexual abuse kan? How young were you?
based on what I remember and what I reported to the police, I said I was 12. But lepas I dah pergi the PTSD punya therapy semua kan, it feels like all the apa nama dia, the memories that come back, because usually when you have PTSD, you have fragmented memories as well. So bila I dah pergi therapy semua, then I realised that it could have been earlier, like when I was 11 rather than 12.
Faham.
Yeah.
And it went on for quite a while.
About 6 months ish. Yeah, for that period of time.
Okay, we are not going to touch on that story, but do know that sexual abuse can be reported no matter at what age, and it's something that we all need to, especially parents out there who have young children, please look after your children, who they mingle with, because kadang-kadang pun we had one story, someone that came on and shared her abuse juga. The people around her don't believe her because dia masih budak and things like that.
Yeah.
So now we also have another sexual abuse victim, survivor, right? And I feel that it's a very important issue to talk about, and it's not something that we can just put it aside. But for today, just know that this abuse that happens to people around us, it leaves a
lasting impact. Lasting effects.
And you don't know what they have to go through just to feel, I would say, normal in a sense. Yeah. So bila Arif dapat tahu kan yang first time you heard about Aeiyuni kena have this trauma with her, then you have to you mentioned that you terima whatever that is the restrictions that you have to go through. What was your first thought?
Initially I was shocked lah, but sayang kan. So terimalah.
Bila minta permission the first time ada macam like pimpin tangan macam gitu, then dia tarik balik ke macam mana?
Tak, kalau depan dia nampak it's okay.
Okay.
Kalau macam dari belakang kan, tiba-tiba macam nak terkejutkan dia ke,
Jangan tak boleh.
Has it happened before? Yang dia terkejutkan lepas tu you macam trigger?
Pernah.
Yeah, even after marriage pun, like dia nak gurau, so macam dia terlupa kan. Yeah.
Dah in the mood lah, macam nak sayang.
Betul, macam kita.
Waktu Arif yang terkejut.
Sayang. Memory.
Oh yalah, we just ask because we want to understand Aeiyuni punya journey kan. Yes, so
that actually led to what she had to go through now. Come marriage lah.
Continue from tadinya story tu. So before we got married also, we had like macam apa nama dia, like conversations with each other, like you know, like physical intimacy, because we know that masa kalau kita dah kahwin nanti kan, obviously there will be more physical intimacy, like macam sex and all. So I was very open to him, even though like I didn't know, like macam like I've never experienced it except for during the sexual abuse part. So I was like open to him. I was like, okay, these are the things that I'm not comfortable with, like because I have been exposed to this at such a very tender age. So it's something that I'm still trying to heal from. So I hope that bila kita dah kahwin nanti, you can be more you know, slow and steady with me, understanding and all. So he was still okay with it. So lepas kita dah kahwin tu, we got married on a Saturday, kan? Then after that, the Sunday kita dah fly off lah to honeymoon. Yes. So we only like tried to bersama bila kita dah sampai dekat Istanbul lah, our honeymoon tu. So that's when we realised that tak boleh. So I thought it was just my nerves, or like maybe like my upbringing ke, like you know, like you know, people always say like, you know, perempuan must be more modest and all, you know, it's like apa nama dia, like we don't really talk sangat pasal sex and all as a woman, you know. So I thought maybe okay lah, maybe that's the cause of it. So at first he was still okay, and then we keep trying, and then macam still tak boleh tau. So he was still very patient with me. So bila kita dah balik Singapore pun, we are still unable to attempt intercourse. So that's when I was like, okay, something is really wrong about me. Could this be because of my sexual trauma? And also because sometimes when, even though he's like very gentle, very patient with me kan, that's when I realised that my flashback datang balik. My sexual trauma flashback datang balik. It's like as though he is trying to violate me. So
even
that's
though you know at the back of your head that he's your husband yang sayang.
Yes. And maaf kata, like even though I'm aroused, I was because like he's gentle and all, kita ada macam foreplay and all, right? Macam
as a husband and wife
should. As husband and wife should. Then macam like tiba-tiba like ada flashback from the past. And then it kind of like kills the mood, and I'll be like, okay, we need to stop this. So that's when I realised that macam okay, there is totally something wrong with me. But that's when I felt that okay, I'm kind of broken in some way, which is actually not really a right way to say about myself lah. But that was how I felt about myself. Initially.
Okay.
So from that, I think firstly I want to say thank you Aeiyuni for being open to share this. When I can see your hand macam bergetar. And I can feel the pain when you're talking about this, and I really applaud the both of you for wanting to share this story lah, because I know it's not easy, and based on our conversation earlier on off cast also, you mentioned that this is the first time you actually spoke about it, and I feel that victims of or the survivors of this trauma, of this sexual abuse and all that, they are not, I would say they don't really have that capacity to, you know, say it. Pasal it comes with, just look at you, you know, you feel it, right? And it's something that it takes a lot of bravery. So I feel that we need to address this, you know, that this is something that everyone might go through, and someone who goes through this might have the same situation, might feel the same thing also.
I think for me, we've heard what vaginismus is, kan? So maybe I want to find out from you if you experience the things that vaginismus macam entails lah, that comes with it lah. So bila ni korang maaf kata kita akan beralas, okay, but bila you all try to bersetubuh tu, is it painful?
Okay. The part when I'm trying to, kita open talk lah when I'm trying to penetrate her. So the tip and her vagina touches, she already felt the vein.
Oh, she already felt the vein?
So macam tak sampai hati tau.
Right. Pasal dah sayang.
Pasal isteri lah, sayang and isteri.
So the pain is like tremendous for you.
Yes, it's a tremendous pain,
Okay, right.
So
muka dia berubah.
Right.
So can see that she's really in pain lah.
Okay, faham. So and you mentioned you tried it a few times, and each time at the same junction tu sama rasa sakit dia.
Correct.
Weh, tak sampai hati nak continue kan.
Usually what vaginismus sufferers would describe the sensation is it's called hitting a wall.
Yeah.
Hitting a wall.
Yeah. So kita nak katakan macam really tak boleh masuk pun dah macam hit a wall already. Yeah.
Macam kalau picit kepala sakit gitu lah. Is it? Tak. Tak boleh tembuskan kepala.
Sebab I rasa je entahlah.
Tak. Hit a wall mah. Kepala
Hit
batu.
a wall macam Aeiyuni tengoklah suami aku.
I'm trying to lighten the mood. I don't want Aeiyuni to shake some more. Kesiankan dia.
Tapi yalah, you just put yourself in Arif punya shoes.
Yep.
Like you love this act that I am doing is to show my love. But then it is physically and psychologically hurting my
Your
partner.
wife, yeah.
Kan? But then at the same time, like this is what married couples are supposed to do. Macam is a lot of macam dilemma.
Yep.
And then not knowing what to do. Right. So in that moment too, as a couple, as a married couple, what did you discuss macam macam mana nak, like how do we move forward from this?
I feel like what we did was that in that moment bila dah tak boleh tu kan, of course I will feel like defeated lah. Because like apa ni, what's wrong, like why, kenapa like macam every single time tak boleh. But what is good about Arif is that he is always very quick thinking in a sense that tak apalah, kita can do something else to
cuddle ke apa.
something else to actually like continue the whatever that we were doing lah, just
Macam
not
break her
penetration.
from her sadness lah. Kira macam distract lah.
That's right. Because the moment that the pain comes in, kau nampak what do you like, what do you see in your wife tu? Macam like dia punya sakit dia, and then can you like apa nama dia, how do I put this in a very gentle way? Like what kind of perasaan that you feel as a husband yang sedang ada nafsu at the same time tu, at the same time nampak isteri tengah dalam kesakitan tu.
Okay, it can go both ways lah, because I can just force it in, which is morally wrong, or I can postpone ke, or change the situation lah. Because I already see her in pain tau. Dia macam takkan nak tengok dia suffer lagi kan. So just kita buat benda lain lah. And I tell her to do at your own pace lah. Macam pelan-pelan. Bila boleh then kita try lagi. Bila boleh kita try lagi.
Right.
Yeah.
So bila at the point in time tak ada macam perasaan marah ke apa
Initially yes.
Initially. Okay.
Bila I don't understand the term vaginismus. Yeah. So eventually she got to know about vaginismus. Google
Actually my friend because I kind of shared with one of my friends, like my very close friends, about this. Then she shared with me this post that she saw on Facebook. So it was like an anonymous submission jugalah.
Okay.
And then it kind of like described pasal vaginismus. So I went to check the comments semua. And then that's when I saw somebody say, I think you might have vaginismus. So that's when I googled that term. And then I was like, oh okay, it kind of describes what I am experiencing. So that's why I keep searching more about it. Dekat Singapore, kat mana dia punya doctors, where I can go and all.
Also before this, both of you tak tahu
Tak
pun
tahu.
about
Tak
this
tahu
term.
langsung.
You don't know that this condition exists. You don't know macam, you just fikir that it is because of your trauma. Things like that.
Yes.
Kira macam terkejut lah bila nak
Proceed lah
bersama.
Nak bersama nak bersetubuh tu kan. Terkejut macam asal sakit like why?
Tak faham kan?
Tak faham, macam blank pun ada.
Right.
And lagi satu kan, because from what I've heard from people kan, yang tahu pasal I punya sexual trauma ni, their comment was like, nanti bila kau dah kahwin, kau dah rasa macam dah dengan suami, kau akan lupa segala-galanya yang terjadi kat kau dulu. So to me macam,
Which is not true lah.
this is not true, this is not happening for me. So why? There were a lot of questions lah.
At first pun probably you might think that okay lah, maybe orang kata tu betul. So bila dah betul-betul terjadi, it's wrong. It's not something that can happen overnight.
Betul.
Betul.
So this situation ni yang you both couldn't macam bersetubuh and painful and all that, right? How long did it go on for until you macam maybe
Sought help
seek help outside?
Okay, I found out, we got married in March 2019. I found out about the name we put a name to the condition in August 2019.
Okay.
March,
So
4 months.
that's about 4-5 months gitu.
Five.
Yeah.
Salah.
And I did a lot of research on it. kita only started buying our own dilator kits in June 2020, which was a year after that.
And this was at your advice of the doctor ataupun dengan
Tak,
sendirinya?
ni kita tak pergi doktor langsung. I was just like I joined a lot of forums dekat Facebook, dekat I don't know which other websites that I went to. I went to search on Instagram as well. There's a lot of like support groups kat sana. There is. It's like global tau. Ada orang Malaysia, orang Singapore, orang US, Australia, everywhere.
So in that group, all of the people that is having the same conditions share their stories.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I was like, wow. So that was when I felt like I'm not the only one going through this. So I felt less alone. Because to be honest kan, bila I tak tahu that name tu, I become more withdrawn dengan Arif. Like macam, because I was feeling so defeated. I was feeling like I'm such how do I say it lah, like less of a woman. Because I tak boleh bersama dengan my suami. I tak boleh apa nama dia, like fulfill his nafkah batin and all. So that's when that guilt is there. So when I found the name, I was like, okay, at least I know that I'm going through this, and I know that there's support group out there, and all these people are like macam banyak advice lah diorang bagi. So that's when I found out that most of them actually pakai dilators. Yeah.
Dilator ni apa benda ni?
Is it okay if I were to share with you guys?
Bawa dia punya dilator,
actually bawa my own dilator.
Okay, so this sekadar pengungsian dan juga information pada apa tu dilator ni.
That's right.
I cuma tahu dilate mata dilate masa kecil kan.
Kalau maybe dilate tu macam nak beranak tu macam okay, how many
Dilation.
centimeter dilation gitu.
Oh ya.
Tak tahulah.
We got two different sets actually.
Oh, okay.
So
this
this
was
is the first one that
Yeah.
we bought because because this one kita beli dekat online sex store. Because that was where orang advise kita to belilah. So I thought
So ada macam lain-lain size lah.
Yeah, it's lain-lain size. So the purpose of dilators is that you need to practice this by inserting it into your vagina lah. So that you'll be more katakan macam more ready to accommodate the penis.
Macam
So
Macam familiarize lah.
So it's very gradual tau. So macam the
that's
sizes.
Correct.
That's the purpose of the different sizes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So kirakan macam the last one is to nak katakan
The
almost
real-
similar to the man's penis lah. Yeah.
Okay.
But the
Banyak tu size.
yeah. But the thing
Normally
is
six lah. Six different sizes.
sabar yang last.
It's a set.
Yeah, it's a
that's
set. So for this set, it's a silicone base. So
Okay.
yang ini kan, I bought it only because I thought it was pretty lah.
Aesthetics.
Aesthetic. Okay, faham?
Kira dulu.
Very honest. I like.
Because ada cerita lagi sama.
Okay.
Okay. And for this kita
Ni
only,
tak nak stop cerita ni.
I love the story. Carry on.
and the thing about this is that pretty aja. Tapi bila kita dah pergi doktor, kita realise that actually this is not really a good punya dilator set.
Oh, alamak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's silicone, satu dia boleh pakai water based lubricant aja. Dia tak boleh pakai different kind of lubricant.
Okay.
Lepas nanti rosak.
Oh,
Boleh
yeah.
rosak.
Boleh rosak. Yeah.
boleh rosak, then you macam insert it into your
Yeah.
body, then can cause complications lah.
Okay.
I see.
So that was in June 2020. That was after my birthday lah. So lepas dia punya birthday pula, that's when I decided, okay, I nak pergi doktor. Like I'm ready to take the next step. Because yang ini kita only dapat try up till size 2.
Okay.
Tu pun at the tip aja most of the time because it was too painful for me and I tak tahu the tips. So that was where I went wrong lah. Because I read about those things macam how to insert it and all dekat forum, tapi I didn't really have the proper knowledge how to use this medical device lah. So
ada second set.
Second set.
yeah, second
Ni
set.
back
The
dia
proper
lawa.
set.
Yang ni dah lama tak pakai.
Faham.
Okay, so the
Jadi
second
specimen dia.
okay, the second set is plastic.
Oh,
So dia
plastic.
macam this is the smallest. So ada banyak size. Boleh letak kat
So
meja.
this is
Boleh.
Boleh.
Letak macam boleh.
Boleh letak
This is the holder lah.
Oh, faham.
Oh,
Macam
alamak, my otak dah macam buat aiskrim.
popsicle.
I used to do that when I was a kid. Letak air, cucuk, letak dalam freezer. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. So sama like the pink one. Sorry. It's gradual. The size is gradual. Mana
Maybe
size
kita
yang ni?
arrange in
Boleh.
size.
Boleh tak?
Come on, kau.
So yang ini you got it from the doctor?
Yang ini kita dapat from the doctor.
Okay, I see. And it's plastic.
Yeah, it's plastic.
Oh,
3,
this is
4,
my
5,
first time
6.
seeing a dilator.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So this one ni doktor dekat Katong Insing
Katong.
Medical. She's a very good doctor, very
very nice.
very understanding, very empathetic. I love her, but the only cons is that she is very expensive lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so yang for ini kan, because it's plastic, you boleh pakai water based lubricant, you boleh pakai any kind of lubricants lah, and it's easier to wash off as well lah.
I see.
Yeah, tapi using of dilators ni, ada orang like when my friends tahu about this kan, then they start to tanya, is this halal? Is this permissible? Yeah, because you are inserting this into your vagina. Yes, yeah. So I went to Google about it. Then they say that because it's a legit medical condition and you are using it as a medical device, so
Not
it's
as
halal.
a pleasure tool.
Yeah, it's not as pleasure tool, and not to replace macam permanent replacement for your husband punya penis. And then also in 2021, Ustaz Mizi Wahid, he actually had a talk about vaginismus on his Instagram stories, Instagram live with an online sex educator from UK, Amira Zaki. So when I saw that, I felt so seen.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the sex educator used the same dilators.
I see.
Yeah, and she also mentioned about how people think that is this haram or is this halal. Yeah, so when I dah nampak that Ustaz Miji cakap about this,
Boleh.
Malu.
so when Ustaz Mizi dah buat pasal ni kan, I macam okay, Alhamdulillah, like perhaps this is a sign, that we are doing we are in the right path lah towards healing.
I understand. I can understand how you feel, because we as Muslims, kadang-kadang kita nak buat something even though it's macam medical ke apa. Like for example, in our situation, macam kita nak berikhtiar, kita nak berusaha, tapi some of the options is macam things like sperm donor, things like that, which is not permissible in our agama kan. So macam in those situations, kita nak kena cari penerangan lah. Macam go to asatiza or find out more.
Which is something that I remember one of the asatiza mentioning that Islam ni mudah.
Betul.
Ya, Islam tu mudah sangat.
Betul.
Benda yang kita perlu tu asalkan dia baik untuk kita dan tak menganiaya badan kita.
Betul.
InsyaAllah dia okay.
If you're ever in doubt, just reach out to any of our amazing asatizas lah.
Yes, banyak di Singapura insyaAllah. Right. So bila nak, okay, maybe I pull back a bit When you first saw this barang-barang ni kan, or ada this device to use, what was your first thought that come to your head? Because you mentioned that you tried to until stage 2 dah sakit and things like that. Does it bring back the same triggering memories?
Because we tested the plastic one ni, kita try ni dekat dalam clinic itself with the help of the doctor. So she teach me like breathing techniques, like bila kena masukkan, like what kind of lube that it's best for me to use, or like bila I should masukkan. Yeah, and then Arif was also there. So macam he was there to like macam, how to say
to learn also, to guide
to learn as well,
To be
to guide. Then
supportive
he was the one like macam ask a lot of questions to the doctor.
Baiklah Arif.
He's not a reader.
Alhamdulillah.
Dia tak baca sangat dekat Google tau, because he's more of like someone yang apa nama dia, like he suka ask questions, like see things tau.
Teacher's favourite student ni.
I just want solution.
Honest betul ini. Okay, right. So which I would like to give great kudos to both of you lah. Pasal when you go through this kind of situation, seandainya let's say you have to change Arif with another person yang tak ada that initiative untuk belajar sama-sama dengan isterinya,
atau mungkin tak nak faham,
then macam
marah.
you mentioned the first few time macam ada sikit marah kan.
Natural.
Human.
Yes.
Yeah, but naturally the next thing he does is he thinks of the love that he has for his wife. Then with that dia kata, I want to make sure my wife is okay, I want to go through this with her. Dia sanggup tanya doktor macam mana doktor nak buat macam mana, apa yang patut. So kalau, and if that is not communicated between husband and wife,
I think it can go south very
very
easily
fast.
lah.
Yeah.
Like we know not for sure lah, but we've heard stories of macam this kind of challenges in a marriage that actually caused a divorce.
I think communication is key lah, because kita as husband kan, kita kena faham, kita kena put ourselves in her place. What if I yang kena macam ini? The other way around.
Right. For the lelaki is erectile dysfunction ke.
Yes. For her, she needs to speak up. She needs to tell. So macam bila dia explain, kita dengar. That's where the communication comes out.
Understanding
betul.
and everything.
Yeah, which also helps.
Yeah, I think I've heard this because we recently have a doctor come right. So we asked him what are the kind of patients that he sees lah. So typically he says that usually when they come to meet me, they are already ready for treatments or solutions. So before that, usually they try to self-medicate. They try to figure it out
Maybe
on their
something that
own.
you did self-medication.
So what is it about that? Was there anything stopping you macam to seek professional help tak? Maybe it's shame ke?
Segan. Ke orang luar kan? Dengan orang luar.
Lagi, because you mentioned 1 year baru you seek doctor help.
Correct.
Satu lagi is because in 2020, sebab kita kahwin 2019 kan.
Betul.
So I also stopped working in 2019. So 2020, 2021 semua tak kerja tau. Because I was like applying kerja semua tapi tak dapat. Only started working in 2022. So another setback for us was financially lah, because Arif was the only one working. So to me, I tak nak macam bebankan dia sangat. I just wanted to
Tanggungjawab.
Masya Allah.
Lelaki apa, suami tercontoh. Masya Allah.
Okay, so now that you have gone to the doctor and you've got your dilators, so was that the treatment plan for you to treat macam your vaginismus ni?
So kalau orang nak buat renovation dengan kita, to be eligible untuk dapat itu lagi draw, memang ada 20,000. 20,000 dapat apa?
Okay, 20,000 boleh dapat satu kitchen.
Oh, kita ada package?
Ada package. All in.
So one kitchen, 2 toilet,
Dah dapat 2
ada
cat.
30,000.
Tambah lagi buat vinyl, painting.
Kalau
sikit-sikit.
40,000?
Tambah lagi buat aircon, pasang lampu, electrical.
Dalam 50,000, lagi
Buat
yang tak
koni
bisa. Sampai
Buat
satu.
koni semua.
Okay, so every 10 kita naik tu dapat extra chance.
Betul.
So every 20,000 dapat 2 chance, 30,000 dapat 3 chance, 40,000 dapat 4 chance, 50,000 dapat 5 chance.
Betul.
So kalau dapat 5 chance tu, your chances it's actually to be eligible untuk Umrah, Bangkok dan Bali. All accommodation dengan flight all in.
Do contact us, Your Reno Work, 8383-7879. Your Reno Work can be trusted.
Okay. It wasn't the only treatment plans that because just now I mentioned that it was very expensive. So I decided to okay lah, in 2021, but I tak ingat bila, we put a stop to it. Because one of the things that my doctor, yang Dr. Jess from Instinct Medical said to me was that I think he also need to go to physiotherapist. Physio. Pelvic physiotherapist. So they focus on the pelvic area je lah. Pelvic
I pun
muscle.
terkejut.
Physio.
I pun terkejut.
Boleh buat physio.
Yeah, that's physio. Yeah.
Physio.
Oh.
Physio tu macam like
Exercise.
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought macam psychologist.
Tu pun ada.
Tu pun ada.
Tu pun ada but later. Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. So from that you have to go, simultaneously pergi juga jumpa physio.
Yes, correct.
Okay, the one that she recommended, I tak pergi. Because I went to the website, I tengok, wah mahal lah. And I cannot afford that.
Faham.
So I did more research. I went to another physiotherapist. Tu kita pergi sekali aje. Because unfortunately, not all, I would say, medical practitioners are very, I would say, understanding and empathetic lah. So this physiotherapist ni, bila I pergi aje kan, and then kita start talking about my condition and all. Then she said to me, you need to address your sexual trauma. This is a waste of time for you to be here. Dan to me macam apa sih?
Apa ni?
Yeah, I felt so
Aku datang cari penolongan.
If I were you, I also what? Oh, no. like what? You can say that kind of thing on to me.
I come to help. I want to seek help.
that's right.
You ask me waste of time. You waste my money.
And then because she's a physiotherapist kan, dia cakap that okay, you need to spend more time exercising and all. Okay, granted that time I wasn't really exercising and all tau. But she could have said in a more I would say nicer way, because dia cakap you housewife, you have a lot of time to exercise. Take 30 minutes walk.
Bikin housewife duduk rumah goyang kaki ke
That's
apa?
why lah. Then I macam like Wah, I was so upset after that.
I mean, not all are blessed with EQ lah.
Yes, that's right.
Tapi tak apa.
Tapi did she share what were the workouts that you need to do?
Ada.
Tak ada. Dia suruh exercise saja.
Oh, dia selalu exercise je? Tak ada
Yes,
macam
yes, yeah.
specific?
tu lain
Tak ada, because she says I need to address my sexual trauma.
Selagi tak address that trauma, I won't give you any.
Correct. Yes.
Doktor, idola dia lah doktor.
Yeah,
Doktor sponsor lah. Sponsor lah. Cakap macam itu sponsor lah, bayar.
Macam sakit hati tau.
Sakit hati more.
Yeah, I feel the pain for you also. Hey, ya Allah. But did you go for the psychotherapist after that?
Yes. So that was in 2021. I think it was March or April 2021. So I took a bit of time to like take a break jugalah.
Yeah.
So kira kan kita masih ada dilator, so we still try dekat rumah and everything because we already know the techniques from the previous doctor. But then in 2022 I had some mental health issues lah. So basically I was diagnosed with adjustment disorder because adjustment disorder is when benda besar terjadi kat you kan, then you tak boleh adjust sangat, tak boleh adapt, and it causes anxiety. So I was like job hopping a lot during that 2022. So actually going to I went to polyclinic to get referral for that lah. And then I also mentioned about I have vaginismus. So the doctor dekat polyclinic cakap, okay, I'm going to refer you to KKH. So bila I pergi counselling tu pula, because the anxiety tu they refer I to family service center.
Okay.
So that's
FSC?
Yeah, FSC. Because for adjustment disorder dia cakap tak berat sangat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there are counsellors kat, also ada social workers lah kan?
Social workers, counsellor, something like that lah. Yeah, they call it case managers.
Okay.
Yeah. So that counselling session dekat FSC, then after that kita the first session really I dah buka story pasal what I'm facing lah. Like tak ada, like I cannot adapt to one job, I'm going through vaginismus and like financially and everything was like going on for me, so I'm having it hard lah during that point of time. And then I also told her about my sexual trauma and everything. So that was when she said she knows that I'm also referred to KKH kan, but for vaginismus. But then she said dekat KKH ada multidisciplinary sexual health clinic. So it's just not focusing on the physical aspect aja. Dia cakap ada the mental aspect as well. So dia cakap boleh jumpa the psychotherapist there. Tapi dia cakap I can also refer you to an in-house punya psychologist. So FSC pun ada psychologist yang boleh berbual dengan I lah. So I cakap okay, I'm open to it, free pun.
Yeah.
So
let's go for it.
Thank you government.
Okay.
I went for it. I went to see the psychologist too. And again, I punya luck in seeing someone yang tak berapa understanding is not so good. So this psychologist ni, I did say to her that I prefer to macam say a certain words lah, choice of words to refer to the perpetrator lah. Tapi they still keep using the same word that I tak nak dengar, that I tak nak use. Yeah. So I felt very like, didn't I mention this that I tak nak? Yeah.
Because it's triggering for you.
Yeah, it's triggering for me.
Yeah.
So
I can be counsellor lah.
Boleh.
InsyaAllah.
Sorry. But because to be honest, I'm very upset when I hear about these professionals not really listening to their clients, because that is the first thing that
Geram,
you need to do, listen. Right, but
Memang geram.
tak apa, put nama apa?
No.
ingat apa nama?
Okay, sorry.
So that was the only time I jumpa yang FSC punya psychologist ke psychiatrist ke apa lah. So I went back to KKH. KKH tu the first punya appointment is basically just a normal like general assessment lah, like what you have and everything. And then tapi yang general assessment tu I did mention lah that my counsellor cakap dengan I that it would be better for me to see a psychotherapist as well. So dia cakap okay, dia akan arrangekan lah, because as I mentioned tadi, it's a multidisciplinary lah.
So everything is covered lah.
Yeah, everything is covered.
Alhamdulillah.
So and there is also pelvic physiotherapist kat sana juga.
Okay.
So everything is there. There's doctor, there's the psychotherapist part, and also the pelvic physio.
So everything, all aspects covered in terms of getting this treatment lah.
Yeah, like really alhamdulillah.
Tak payah nak pergi jauh-jauh tukar-tukar, tak payah nak cari yang free lah.
Yang
Kadang-kadang free pun tak boleh pakai.
Betul, ya. Tapi the thing about first appointment kat KKH tu, doktor tu cakap dengan I, have you ever taken what's it called pap smear? I was like, no, I have vaginismus. I'm unable to insert anything into my vagina lah. I cakap macam gitu. And dia cakap, okay, let's try. Then macam,
Wow.
Pap smear tu,
Pap smear is they will use a device dalam korek kan.
Correct.
and the device
Yeah.
dia tak kecil.
Tak kecil.
Korek then macam biopsi
Dia kena buka dulu ada macam clamp or something kan before dia masuk kan.
Aku tak sakit.
Yeah.
Orang ada vaginismus.
Yeah.
Tak pernah masukkan benda. Dia nak kerek ke dalam tu.
Astagfirullahaladzim.
Lepas tu?
Lepas tu I macam, okay lah. I try.
Okay.
Tapi I keep saying macam at that point of time sama I tengah period tau. Towards the end also. So I cakap I'm having my period. Can we like macam can ke? Can we do this? Then dia cakap it's okay. We are a sexual health clinic anyway. We are apa nama dia? Kira kan diorang ada all the dah set up semua lah. They are okay
They are
with
well
it.
equipped lah.
Yeah, they well
Dah
equipped.
biasa.
Yes. Dah biasa pun.
Okay.
So before they actually did the supposed pap smear tu, she actually did like macam dia macam touch test gitulah. Dia pakai dia macam cotton bud, swab. Yang macam apa nama dia? Art kit tu. Tapi panjang lagi lah. Yes.
Yang tu tapi panjang.
Yeah.
Okay, faham.
So she will likely put dekat I punya vulva, which is the outer area of the genitals lah. So dia just cakap, ni sakit tak? Like, is this painful? I say no lah. I say, okay, I'm going to insert this inside the vagina. Benda tu kecil tau. I was already groaning in pain.
Oh no.
Arif is like belakang curtain tu lah, dia tak boleh masuk kan. Habis dia macam dah keluarkan, okay, it's okay, we are not going to do pap smear today. Then macam Alhamdulillah.
So dia dah standby dah. Dah.
Okay, doktor. Okay.
Wah, tu macam like, my head.
Luckily dia tak proceed dengan that. Kalau dia paksa, dah.
Alah, must be professional.
Yeah,
Say pain,
professional.
pain cannot proceed. Yeah.
Betul.
I think dia nak test water katnya.
Maybe. Wah, but so far I hear your journey kan banyak a lot of ups and downs and a lot of things yang macam like you said macam professionals that's supposed to be empathetic but not so macam you had to go through a lot of
challenges.
kan, trial and errors lah.
Tapi kita ada satu constant. Arif ni nama mesti ada. Alhamdulillah.
Cakap pasal Arif yang lepas dah pap smear tu kan, supposed pap smear, I keluar tu, kepala I dah macam like how to say dia macam tunnel vision tau. Because dah sakit, habis I dah macam traumatized. Because dia masuk like when I tak nak. Yeah, so I keluar tu, I tak tahu mana Arif. Padahal Arif beside me. So I dah pegang laki orang lain.
Hey!
Then macam like, then Arif macam, I'm here. Macam like, Allahu Akbar.
Faham lah, you will out of it lah.
Ya, harap kakak tu tak marah awak lah. Tak dendam ke apa ya.
Minta maaf kak dia dah tak siuman masa tu.
Tak siuman salah tu kata ni.
Tak apa, I think betul lah, tak siuman lah.
Tak apa.
Wow.
Kakak tu husnuzon insyaAllah.
Ya, insyaAllah lah.
Yeah, but I think so the treatment from that KK hospital continued after that ataupun?
Yeah, continued. So they gave me like I said, ada doctor, physio and also psychotherapist lah. So the first I met was the psychotherapist. So the first pun Arif pergi juga. Yeah, Arif pergi because like I think I need that support system lah. So I think it's very important that ada that support system while going through vaginismus lah. So actually during that psychotherapy sessions tu, the first one, the doctor actually cakap dengan I, are you comfortable to actually have your husband inside here, or you want or would you need him to go outside? And to me kan, it's very comforting when orang tanya macam gitu, because you are asking my consent. And macam like you,
It's okay.
I feel that even you mentioned that nak pimpin tangan pun minta consent. It's something that it gives you the preparation mentally
Betul.
to go through whatever.
I did say okay, it's fine for Arif to be there. So we started talking about this, and then she gave me a plan lah. So what we are going to do during the therapy sessions. So the plan was cognitive processing therapy. So basically because dia tahu that I ada PTSD for my sexual trauma, and kita tak pernah, as in I tak pernah go to a proper doctor, tak pernah pergi therapist and all. So this therapy basically is to, kira kan when you have PTSD, your thoughts kan and your attitudes towards the world, towards safety, sebab dia ada 5 themes. Safety, intimacy, trust, power and control, self-esteem. So these 5 themes ni, dia kita nak katakan macam kita go through all these 5 big themes so that betulkan I punya attitude and mindset towards it. Yeah, my perception towards it as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, we are learning something new every day.
Yes.
Yes.
And I love the sessions with her. Like I can be very open with her, and she's so she's so nice. Sampai tak Arif tak datang lagi dah.
Only the first few time lah.
The first one aja.
First one aja.
Yeah, first one aja. Because like, dia nak accompany, but I say it's okay lah. Dia nak kena ambil leave and all. And for me that time I was working nak katakan freelance lah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had a lot of time to go for this on my own. So I didn't really want to like trouble him sangat. Lagipun I'm comfortable doing this alone.
Lain
So
lah kalau
okay
it's
lah.
like your first time, and then kalau jumpa doktor yang tak empathetic kan, then Arif standby lah kat tepi kan.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. It's a good doctor.
Good doctor.
What about the physical treatment?
Physical treatment different sikit daripada yang I pergi yang from the private doctor tu.
Oh yes.
Dekat KKH they don't use dilators.
Oh.
Their therapy is called desensitization therapy.
Desensitization.
Desensitization.
Okay.
So desensitization ni dia akan menggunakan your own fingers. So basically you need to use your own fingers.
Okay.
And then you need to insert it inside your vagina lah. And the purpose of it is to get used to
Human
your own touch. Your
Own touch dulu.
Yes,
Okay.
because you need to feel safe with your own hands. Yeah, tapi to me that is a challenge sebab I rasa takut. Even though I can do it, tapi macam dia kalau dilators kan, it's like benda lain I can control tau. Ini sebab ada kuku and all, I takut macam like kuku terkopek ke apa. It's overthinking lah. Yeah, tak perlu.
Feeling dia lain lah. It's like you are physically touching it, right?
And a bit susah sebab you are applying lubricant on your hand kan. Habis macam you need to open up your own vagina, then you have to insert. So it's like penat tau. Because the physio is there to just guide you. Dia tak akan pegang you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really your own
Yes.
body.
Yeah.
Oh. And you saw all this happening in front of you.
Yeah, dekat depan. Kalau physio he's there. I takut nak pergi physio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Faham. Wow.
Interesting.
But is this still ongoing now? This
The psychotherapy I dah graduated katanya
Sedih
in December 2024.
Alhamdulillah.
And then for the physiotherapy sessions I stopped in January this year. The reason is I felt that I tak boleh progress further because I'm supposed to progress from one finger to two fingers, then baru Arif punya fingers tau. But I'm stuck at one finger. So macam like I feel like wah cannot lah. I think this treatment is not doing it for me tau. Like I really cannot progress in it anymore. So I tak nak waste time and also I tak nak waste the money. So I feel that I want to stop and take a break first. Then probably we start on the dilator. Sebab with that dilator tu,
it worked
better. It actually worked that we managed to achieve penetration actually.
Okay.
Kind of a few times also, right? Yeah, but of course we need to use the dilators first before we can achieve penetration. So dia ada homework dulu before boleh buat ni.
Kalau
Macam
bola,
nak prepare your body dulu.
Betul.
Yeah, yes.
main bola.
Bagus.
Oh wow. So this condition is still something that you are
Still facing it.
grappling with lah. Still facing it. Oh, okay.
And it's not a and I think you mentioned in our messages that you said something that this vaginismus, as much as it's a condition, it's very hard to recover from it, and it takes many years.
It depends on the individual actually.
Yes. I have a question to ask regarding family pula, if we don't mind going there for a while.
Okay.
Because you mentioned you're married for 6 years and then you have to go through all this therapy, all these exercises semua. Does any one of your family members tahu tak you're going through this kind of
Family
things?
ke friends?
Family or friends, yeah.
I would say my siblings tahu, my cousins tahu, my friends also tahu about this lah, my closest friends lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For Arif?
For me, I will ask her permission if I'm allowed to share.
Okay.
So kalau dia tak nak share, I won't share. So my family doesn't know. My friends, I think a few tahu.
So kalau diorang tengok ni, diorang will know lah.
Ada chance to share lah nanti.
Yes.
Yeah, because why I ask this is because dalam in our society lah kita tahu kita lagi-lagi kalau hari raya kan, kita pergi jumpa family members ramai yang jumpa setahun sekali, dia akan tanya, oh dah lama kahwin, then the question pop up,
Betul?
Dah ada anak?
bila nak ada anak? Ada tak that kind of situation happen?
Banyak. Yeah.
So do you like tell them like
It's macam I'm imagining right, macam makcik tanya kan, okay makcik nak tahu, okay makcik duduk dulu, panjang cerita dah makcik. Kelakar
Sekarang dah senang sikit
Tu
dengar
macam-
episod
macam-
ni.
Oh you kena gitu.
Yeah.
So macam it's a bit hard for you guys. It's very complicated. Nak explain dengan orang pun
Betul,
macam
betul.
orang tak faham. You know, so
Yes.
how was it for you?
When people ask kan, usually people will ask the women tau, bila nak ada anak, and then they will
Normally
start
lah,
touching the stomach. To me, I'm not comfortable with touches.
Ya,
Right.
nak kena minta permission pun,
Betul lah.
even that pun macam, asal kau nak pegang peluk aku kan?
To me macam tapi I'm very respectful in the sense that kalau orang cakap macam gitu kan, I just take it that tak apalah, orang tua, diorangnya mindset, boomer mindset, they don't have any other questions to ask, so
Yeah,
they
that's
will
the
ask.
conversation starter.
Yeah. So to me I tak ambil hati sangat, tapi dalam belakang story tu macam dalam bilik with each other, then I will sedih sikit lah depan Arif je lah. Ya, tapi I will just say to them macam InsyaAllah, you know, like kalau doakan. Yeah.
Tapi okay, I have a question.
Okay,
So
you ask.
when itu that one situation lah, but another situation maybe you share with someone yang you trust ke apa, or you think you trust, but then usually bila you tell kan, reaction dorang macam mana?
Varies lah. Tengok.
Yeah, it varies tau.
Is it?
Okay, kita ada dua kan, from the man side your friends and also mine yang from my kenalan lah. So for me, one of the things that people say kan, don't terperanjat. Because they say macam like tak apalah, asalkan dapat puaskan nafkah batin suami dah cukup. Then to me, I didn't really like the sound of it, because it focus more on the husband. And aku baru cakap that I have vaginismus, I have this
And it
condition.
hurts.
Yeah, and you're not concerned about me ke? Lagi satu, they will say macam, sorry to say they say you're just not horny enough. Then to me that hurts. Macam like I have tried all my hardest tau. Then kau cakap macam gitu, come on lah.
I should tell them, you can feel what I feel, is it? Kau tahu ke? Arif?
For me, one of my colleagues cakap, it's nafkah batin kan. Cari yang lain. Is it something like
Something
that?
like that, yeah.
Because I try not to remember all this stuff.
Yeah, faham. Because it's not nice to remember lah.
Yeah.
Macam tak
Kan.
skill lah.
Tak skill.
Kan remember? One of your friends say tak
yeah,
skill.
Tak skill.
Yeah.
Skill?
That hurts. Yeah. Yeah.
Tak skill apa maksud?
Tak skill. Tak ada skill.
Tak ada skill. That's why tak ada anak. Tak skill. Macam okay.
Interesting.
Kadang-kadang like, dorang, they think about guys, correct me if I'm wrong, Arif, like kadang-kadang dorang berbual ni macam joking.
Betul.
Yeah, dia macam-
Tapi dorang tak fikir.
Yeah, it
Dia
can
macam
actually
lepas
hurt.
cakap je.
Yeah. For guys out there, kita kena ingat kita pun ada perasaan.
Betul.
As much as kadang-kadang kita kena nampak jantan lah, kena be strong lah, kita pun ada perasaan.
Betul.
Kita pun ada hati. And then the fact that you say this kind of thing, kadang-kadang kita tak tunjuk. Nanti balik rumah, you tahu be, kau nak cakap macam gini be. Ada tak? Ada.
Ada kan? Okay, maybe I want to ask, okay, now you have been married for 6 years, kan? And you have gone through this for almost the same duration of years.
Yeah.
So when it comes to penetration, it's painful, right? So then how do you macam all these years, all these 5-6 years that you kept going?
Okay,
intimacy?
physical intimacy kan, there's a lot of ways lah we can do. Macam for her, she likes hugs. Hugs. Then for macam more intimate kan, there's such thing as like outer course,
Outer course.
Manual stimulation.
oral sex.
Yes, yeah.
There's a lot of terms lah.
Yeah, basically asalkan within the boundaries
Correct.
of Islam, then I think we can try on that lah. Because since penetration tak boleh,
Yeah.
so we have to like be more creative in
Yeah.
it.
More creative
Yeah.
lah.
Because it's, nak katakan nafkah batin.
Betul.
You mention kan, nafsu kita semua ada.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I just add on that?
Yes.
Because like one of the things that I learned pasal vaginismus and like kita this creativity in bedroom kan. You know bila kita kahwin kan, people always say macam they doa for sakinah, mawadah and rahmah kan. So what I learned from vaginismus kan is that because Arif shows me compassion. So that's the rahmah part. And because of that rahmah part tu, that compassion part tu, I feel ketenangan. Because I know that that's the sakinah part, the ketenangan. Because I feel that macam okay, I know that he's there for me. He's very supportive of me. He's understanding. He's gentle. So bila I have that ketenangan, that's when the mawadah comes, which is the affection and the love lah. And then
Wow.
And because of that affection and the peace that I feel, that's when I'm more open to try other forms of intimacy with him. And that's when I am, nak katakan, be more compassionate with him in a sense that I'm more open with him. And also I dapat fulfill that nafkah batin part lah, which thus gives him the ketenangan that he also needs. Yeah.
Masya Allah.
So macam Alhamdulillah that yes, this is a test, it's an ujian that Allah bagi kita. Tapi macam like kita nampak all these little things that Allah bagi, which is like,
That must be real. Okay.
Wow.
That is, wow.
I know, right?
Because like we talked about Sakinah, Mawaddah, Rahmah and all that. And this is a real life example.
Yeah,
And then you saw it and then you use it and then you apply it. MashaAllah. I'm blown away. My goodness. Wow.
Maybe just one last question from me, right? Kita, as you guys know, kita trying to conceive, right?
Yes.
And are you? I'm pretty sure you guys are trying also, but with an added level of
Challenge.
complication, challenge, right? So I just like to know your thoughts about macam your future, about kids. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Have you guys ever had conversations about those?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they
You
have.
start first.
You start first.
I start first.
Ladies first, Ladies first.
Okay, for me, obviously, like, we do want kids tau. Because like what you said, there's an added layer of like macam dugaan that we need to go through it lah. So one of the things that one of my physio cakap is that if apa nama dia, what I can try is using the syringe method. Yeah. So that's one of the things that we are also looking to it lah. Tapi kita tengah cari the right time to do it. Probably next year, I don't know, insyaAllah.
InsyaAllah.
Yeah.
InsyaAllah.
And lagi satu is last year kita actually went for Umrah. Back October kan?
Yeah.
October.
October.
So one of the things that I doa is that, Ya Allah, you are the muakhir, which is the delayer lah. You have delayed me. That time I kena buang kerja jugalah. So you delayed me from getting a job. You delayed me from having intercourse. You delayed me from having a child. So I doa. I'm okay. Yeah. So I doa that, Ya Allah, if it's good for me kan, allow us to be parents. If this brings us to Jannah. Tapi kalau if it's not good for us, then replace with something. This something I tak boleh mention sekarang sebab dia belum terjadi tau.
Yeah.
Bila kita balik Singapore kan, my parents offered that something to us.
Yeah.
Masya-Allah.
It's like,
It's a blessing in disguise.
yeah, kita can bilang off recording lah. What is it? Yeah.
Dia macam wow.
Yeah. So the redha is there for me. Kalau ada, Alhamdulillah. Kalau tak ada, Alhamdulillah ala kulli hal. Yeah. InsyaAllah.
Oh, I'm moved like. Wah. Korang punya patience, korang punya love for each other is
InsyaAllah.
something else, guys.
Yeah,
Really.
it's inspiring for me personally.
Yeah, me too.
Because we are trying to
Alhamdulillah.
conceive, right? But we ada kita punya set of challenges. But the way I see it, you guys punya challenge really inspire me in a way that kalau you guys yang ada this kind of dugaan, you can still have that faith. You can still
That positivity.
be together. You can still support each other.
Yeah.
It's macam
Masya Allah, tabarakallah.
very hopeful for me also.
InsyaAllah.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah. InsyaAllah.
Alhamdulillah.
Arif
Tak,
lah,
just know that macam you are chosen to go through this path. Like for you, Yanto, to go through this path. For her to go through this path. But afterwards, ada that finishing line kan, macam Allah will reward you with a lot of things tau, that you don't know tau. We are going through this all of these things, right? We are still rewarded with a lot of different things.
Sabar.
Yeah.
Aku tengah tahan.
Oh, mata merah. Mata merah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that trip was life changing for me.
Yeah.
Lagi satu because kat sana kan, bila I kat dekat Mekah tu, actually I masa kita nak prepare for solat subuh, kita baru sampai, kita awal Mekah, kita baru sampai jugalah, kita nak solat subuh. So I ternampak like a group of women tau, dengan anak-anak kecil semua. So diorang tengah, the kids semua tengah lari-lari and everything, tengah makan biskut and all. So kita tengah line up tau. So dalam hati I terlintas macam, Ya Allah, susah kalau nak jadi seorang ibu, nak beribadah sebab anak-anak nak kena jaga and everything. So I said to Allah, like dalam hati tau, Ya Allah, reward them immensely for the ibadah that they do, and allow me to be a mother when the time is right. I cakap macam gitu je. So I get ready for subuh tau. get ready for subuh. Imam tengah baca Fatihah dengan ayat surah tu kan. Ada budak kecil tau. Dia di depan I. So to me I tak fikir sangat tau. I macam okay, this girl is looking at me while dia tengah solat. Then after that the second rakaat pula, another boy came in, a little boy, toddler, lagi kecil. Dia hak I punya kaki I dah nangis rawak tau. Like, ya Allah apa ni, ya Allah. Like why? I baru terlintas dalam hati macam gitu. Dan dia kasih
Dia macam kasih you glimpse of this is what it feels to be a mom.
Dia macam Allah Akbar.
That is the rahmat of Allah, the grace of Allah. Macam kita kadang-kadang kita tak faham why we are not given things and things like that, but really Allah is the all-knowing. Allah knows best. Yes, and macam both of them have mentioned before, mungkin kita tak nampak all the other rezekies that we have in our lives.
Yes.
Macam kita ada supportive partner, kita ada kerja, kita ada ni, kita ada tu, banyak lagi. Macam kita masing-masing semua ada kita punya challenges. But don't forget to macam once in a while just pandang kiri, pandang kanan and see what you have lah with you. Right. Wow. Okay. Alhamdulillah.
Aku dah speechless.
Speechless.
InsyaAllah.
Wah, tapi kita doakan you both.
Sama.
Kita doakan
We pray for you guys too.
InsyaAllah. Allah pemudahkan semua. Allah rahmati rumah tangga.
And to you guys too.
Amin.
Amin Rabbal Alamin. Wah.
Wow guys, Alhamdulillah. What an amazing episode.
I cannot look at them. Nanti aku nangis.
But yeah, again, once again, thank you for you guys for being so
Thank you so
open and
much
vulnerable
for having us.
Yeah, and it's really an eye-opening episode for me also. Like to not just from the vaginismus part, but also the fact that the view that you have towards the challenges that Allah gives you. It's ya Allah, I think siapa-siapa yang mendengar this episode, if you feel the way that I feel, do comment in the comment section ke apa, give your duas to Arif dan juga Aeiyuni. To for all of us dua for all of us to go through all these challenges that we have in our lives, insyaAllah, and then sama-sama kita hold hands masuk jannah. Macam gitu. Amin. That's what we always want. That's what we always pray for.
I wanted to say something I lupa.
Tak apa boleh.
Ni lupa tadi. One of the pointers kan is knowing yours and your spouse love language.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So when you know kan, you will understand your spouse better lah.
And the fact that it's coming from a man.
Yes.
Thank you Arif. Thank you for that. Because kadang-kadang kita semua selalu yang dengar semua is the ladies lah kan, pasal love language ni semua. So it's important to know not just yourself but your partner pun.
Yeah, it's very macam you keep hearing love language. Macam you might even say that it's overrated, but really it's not.
It helps lah.
It's quite simple.
Yes.
So macam tu lah.
And I'm pretty sure they both know their love language because you can tell from their relationship. Alhamdulillah, it's beautiful and
it's a learning progress lah.
We always learn. Kita nak kahwin sampai selama-lamanya kan, selama-lamanya. So we have to learn until we old and in the hereafter.
Yes,
insyaAllah. Aku dah songsang.
And also tadi diorang berbual pasal umrah kan. You guys, actually korang tahu yang korang pun have a chance, to go to umrah. Because kenapa? If you engage Your Reno Works, right?
Yes.
And if you buat quotation with them lah, you will have a chance for a lucky draw, right? Their first prize is to go to Umrah.
For two.
Their second prize is to go to Bangkok. And then second prize Bali. Third prize Bangkok.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Lupa sekejap.
Gitu.
So that is the promotion or rather this competition contest will end in December. So korang kalau nak renovate rumah korang, do go sign up right now because I think if I remember correctly 10,000 and above you stand a chance to win this package lah, insyaAllah. Mana tahu kita boleh pergi umrah sama-sama lagi lah. InsyaAllah.
But if you I pun dah gone lah. But if you want to renovate your house, you can just contact 83837879.
Betul. Ataupun you want to find out more about the projects that they have, you can find them at their socials on Instagram, TikTok and juga di Facebook at Your Reno Works. You can go to see their reviews. Review daripada Google ke apa pun ada. Go to www.yourrenoworks.com. Yeah. I love this episode lah.
Alhamdulillah.
I don't
Thank you
want it
for
to,
having us.
Thank you for this. I don't want it to end. But
we have to say
We
the
have to say the
tagline.
tagline. Okay. Alright lah, kita akan jumpa korang ni next episode lah.
Yes.
But
Your
with that,
Reno Works
can be trusted. We've come to the end of another episode of Outside In.
If you like what you hear, please follow us on all our socials: TikTok, Instagram, Spotify and YouTube.
Share it with all of your friends and family members so that they can benefit from this episode, insyaAllah. Don't forget to rate our Spotify as well, okay? Give a thumbs up on YouTube as well, insyaAllah. Till next time, Assalamualaikum.
Sana.
Bye.